What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. Today I'm gonna do a Riiffs perfume unboxing and a first impression. The name of the perfume or fragrance is Momento. Now, of course, from the pictures, I believe and safely assume the bottle and the cap are pretty heavy. And I also believe they were not securely set up inside the box, so I'm not even sure if something's broken or not, scratched up or not, but something's moving in there. It was making a lot of sound. I don't know if you can hear that. So, a lot of metallic tings, tangs, and twangs. So, let's go ahead and unbox this baby. First time trying anything from the brand of Riiffs. In fact, I was mistaken. I thought Riiffs was the name of the fragrance and Momento was the brand. Silly me. So the cellophane, I must say, it's pretty thick and feels premium. Like tearing it apart, you feel that. The box feels very luxurious, very well made. And of course, guys, this, if you know, is a clone or dupe or an inspired expression of Montale's Arabians Tonka. Now, of course, before I purchased Arabians Tonka, I was really curious to find out the scent profile because, again, Tonka is something that I like, and at the same time, in some fragrances, I do not like. That's why I did not directly go for a Montale option, because I know Montale fragrances are super absolute beast mode, but I really needed to check out the scent profile. Don't come at me and say, hey, you could have gotten a decant or something. Hey, keep that suggestion to yourself, okay? I mean, I thought about trying something. Holy crap. Oh my God. Okay, so the cap definitely came off. It came in like this. Very heavy. Metal. You ever saw that African gray parrot that can name materials? You ask, think what was the parrot's name? Apollo? Metal. What is this Apollo? What is it made of? Metal. Jokes aside. So, let me put the cap on. Where does it go? Okay, it does lock into place, but I believe because of the way it's set, I mean, the notch is not too deep, as you can see. This is a very heavy bottle, in my opinion, and of course, there's nothing holding it on the top, so of course, it came off in the shipping. But the best part, the good news is, nothing's broken, nothing's scratched up. I'm happy now. This is what the bottle looks like. Beautiful, in my opinion. Very nicely done. Of course, Montale fragrances, if you are familiar with Montale, those are just tin cans, aluminum cans. Of course, the choose is important, but for me personally, I love taking pictures of my fragrance bottles in my collection. So of course, presentation, bottle design matters to me. Okay, that's priority for me. So Momento from the brand of Riiffs. Very heavy cap. These all feel plastic. Yeah, but really does not feel cheap. Very nicely made, solid bottle, beautiful design. So let me read out the notes. And if you have not noticed, the notes are also on the side in case you don't have internet access right away. You know what notes are there, but I will just read it from their website. So on the top, you've got saffron, mandarin, and sugar. On the mids, you've got tonka beans, damask rose, and oud. Okay. So it's getting more complicated, more dense, opulent notes in the mids. And on the base, you've got cedarwood, amberwood, and caramel. So I'm assuming it's one of that sweet. I mean, I'm not sure if it's borderline gourmand because of the presence of tonka. Again, tonka sometimes translates as like a powdery sweet item. as well as creamy sweet. So let's see what Momento from Riiffs is all about. This is the first impression, guys, and if you've made it this far, again, if you're watching my channel, not subscribed yet, I humbly request please subscribe. These are not sponsored contents. I buy these fragrances with my own personal money. Help my channel grow. Do leave me a comment. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this type of contents. So let's go ahead and spray Momento Riiff from Riiffs for the first time. Let's see. Okay, decent atomizer. Ooh, oh my god. Packs a punch. Definitely packs a punch. Oh, whoa, god. This baby is potent. Saffron, right away. You get that saffron. Not too spicy, not too much of that leathery thing, but it's that nice creamy kind of saffron that I mean that's the best way I can put it. Has that spicy aspect, has that sweetness, definitely. Do I get mandarin? There's a fruity aspect, but it's kind of like on the sweeter side of things, so the sugar immediately kicks in. So I believe the fruity note from the mandarin is more of like a freshness element. Smells great in the air though. Like if you smell it up front, it might smell like a bit plasticky, but in the air it's smelling amazing. Like up front, I'm telling you. There's a mild medicinal vibe definitely coming from the saffron. But in the air, you do not get that medicinal vibe. You really have to go, dig your nose deep into your skin. Right, so there's a sweetness, like a dry kind of sweetness happening here. Rose is pretty prominent here. And it's more of a sweet, jammy, borderline jammy. I wouldn't say too jammy, at least on the first impression. But that rose oud combination is all too familiar. It's rather on like a normal, somewhere in between, creamy and powdery kind of tonka, vanilla kind of vibe, but this one smells good. Does it pack a punch like curly scents or curly fragrance, they say? It does. It does have that punch. It does promise performance. Of course, I'm going to do full wearings and come back and give you my full review. But at least in the opening, it smells sugar. I wouldn't say it's like that sugar texture that you get in your mouth. It's kind of like that. You get that kind of a sugary vibe. No fruitiness from the mandarin, but like I said, mandarin is probably acting as like a supporting note, like a freshness element, if I may say. The saffron is not overly done, which is nice in my opinion. It's mild, it's doable, it will not overwhelm. The rose is kind of like the main player, like up top. Tonka bean, I am getting tonka like in the form of like a sweet, borderline powdery. I wouldn't say creamy, but borderline powdery, somewhere in between creamy and powdery, if it makes sense. But it's more on the sweeter side. This fragrance is something which is enjoyable. Does it feel unisex or feminine? I would say it's perfectly usable by everyone, but maybe it leans a tad bit feminine because of the presence of rose. The woodiness, of course, the woodiness, the cedar wood, amber wood, I think these are gonna come way later. This is only a first impression. But so far, I'm not getting any woody notes so far. It's more on the sweeter side, spicy saffron, mild spicy saffron, which is noticeable but not overly powerful. But again, the main player here is the rose, the damask rose. More on the sweeter side. Beautiful stuff. And in my opinion, it does not smell as good when you smell it up front, but in the air, it smells amazing. It's really good. I'm not a big fan of rose. If you know, if you have been following my channel long enough, I'm not a big fan of rose-based fragrances, but this one smells nice, at least in the opening, the first impression. So do make sure to subscribe and stay on my channel because I will be back with full review after I've done several full wearings. So guys, that was my take on Riiffs Perfumes Momento. Again, this is an inspired expression or clone of Arabians Tonka. Again, no comparisons here. I have not tried Arabians Tonka. I will probably get it later down the line, but let's see how this one goes for me, how it behaves on my skin. The scent development, of course, might not be one-to-one, but I at least get some kind of an idea what to expect from Arabians Tonka in the future, of course. So again, if you made it this far, not subscribed yet, please subscribe, guys. Not a sponsored content here, right? Help my channel grow, not a part of the free bottle brigade, as you know. I'll keep it simple, humble, and easygoing, and always bring you the real and true facts about fragrances in my full review and first impression. So until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.